Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. I got a video today from Tyler Jones. Just came across the brother's channel. I thought it was pretty good. Let's give him some support.
White man in the Bay Area, his partner is gonna be Asian. Doesn't matter how chopped he is. Matter of fact, especially if he is chopped, he will have an Asian girlfriend. Cause they'll find one overseas. San Francisco being the capital of Asia was literally written in the stars when Pangea broke. There's Asia, there's the Bay. The two continents are literally still holding hands through the fucking Bering Strait. I never really thought the Oxford study was a problem. But I've been paid too many times again where I will see the most chopped white man. I wouldn't think they would be able to land anybody. And out emerges the most beautiful Asian woman I will ever see in my life. It's tough walking through the streets
I have my own thoughts, but I'm gonna let the brother speak first.
of San Francisco.
Now, I don't know if you guys understand what she just said, but to me, this video came off extremely racist.
I agree with you, brother. 100%.
Even if the white man is chopped per se, what is the problem? Like, what is the problem of a white man dating an Asian, right?
Brother, I don't think it's a problem at all, but I think it's that we get the shit on cisgendered white males all over. And this is the best way for them to do that. And I think just through my own experience, Asian women are very adjacent to white culture. They want to be white. A lot of Asian women do because the white culture is just so much easier for them to deal with than Asian culture because Asian culture is so controlling for women, right? So they like Asian white culture. They want to be part of the white culture, but they also want to stay the minority. And to be the minority, you still got to shit on white people and white men. And I think this is where that's kind of coming about. I could be wrong, but let's see what you have to say.
We have to get out of this notion that if you're black, you only need to date black. If you're white, you only need to date white. If you're Asian, you only need to date Asian, and so on and so forth.
I agree.
Like, the heart wants what the heart wants, and there's nothing wrong with having a variety in your life.
And there's on top of that, there's nothing that have a preference either. Some people prefer their own race, which is also perfectly fair. It's not racist in that way either to want to stay within your own race or to marry someone within your race. And it's not racist or any bad way to want to date outside your race or marry outside your race either.
That's like staying in your neighborhood your whole life, and that's all you know.
Correct.
Why are we going to stay closed-minded to what else the world has to offer?
Tyler, brother, that's Americans. Americans, we don't really travel. Most Americans hardly ever leave their city, let alone their state. And we have 50 states, by the way. You know, most people don't even travel within the United States, let alone leave the country to, say, Mexico, Europe, or Asian countries.
Right. There's no rule book for this. And I'm not really a fan of passport bros, or as she say, going across seas and bringing women back, because ultimately, you know, those guys have a stigma to themselves. They look a certain type of way. Not going to offend anybody that may be watching this that is a passport bro or can have some type of involvement into what she's saying, but if it's organic, if it's an organic connection that you're meeting with somebody and they're not the same color of your skin, I don't see what the problem is.
100%
Wholeheartedly and genuinely. So I could tell this woman just strictly stays within her race. Again, it's okay to have preferences. It really is. If that's your
I actually think the opposite of you, Taylor. I think she prefers white men, but she wants attractive white men. She thinks that Asians are too attractive to be dating chopped white men. I think that's the case. I don't think she's like shitting on that, like white men or anything. She's shitting on ugly ones. I think it's just a way for them to be able to shit on ugly ones and then target a certain demographic of ugly.
thing, that's your thing. There's nothing wrong with it. But to get online and to give your opinion on why it's hard in the streets because you see a white man dating your fellow Asian woman, I would say that's a little bit ignorant to me. It's a little bit ignorant.
It's like that superiority complex somewhat.
A story about why I stopped, like not dating as far as boyfriend and girlfriend, but like dating just experiences with people outside of my race, right? So the first time I was messing with this Vietnamese joint, right? Beautiful, smart, and I love culture, right? So getting introduced to another culture is always dope to me, and especially if I'm talking to somebody that's not black, I try to like introduce them to stuff, whether that be movies, whatever. And we probably messing around for, at this point, probably like a month or two. We sit on our couch watching Judas and the Black Messiah of all things, right? And if you know that movie, you know that movie.
I don't know that
And
movie.
we start talking about black culture and why pretty much we are where we are. And I was providing her a little bit of perspective because, you know, some of it was coming off as ignorant, like she just didn't know no better.
Of course.
And at some point in a conversation, I was like,
I mean, all of us are somewhat ignorant of other people's cultures and races if you're not part of it or you're immersed into it yourself.
oh yeah, that's why I would never date outside of my race. And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I would never get into a relationship with a woman that wasn't black. Now, me and this girl have been cooped up playing house for 2 months at this point, and she is astonished. And she's like, wait, what did you mean? And I had to explain to her, like, you know, it's cool to kick it and get to know you, but like investing in you, like sexually, physically, emotionally, like in giving like my seed to you, I wouldn't do that to my community. And like that shit, like,
Why? What's wrong with her? Like, just because she's from a different culture and she doesn't understand the same background that you came from, I don't go around telling people about the Khmer Rouge and how my people got murdered and, you know, the genocide in my country. I don't go around telling women this, that they need to know this, that this is my background or anything. I think what they are and what their goals are and what like our goals align, I think that's way more important than a lot of these other things. I can understand why culture does matter though, but just because she doesn't come from your culture.
lasted for about another 2 weeks because she understood what I was saying, but she was just like, that don't make no fucking sense. And then the second time, it was a white short, and there was 2 experiences. This was years ago, but we had went out on a little date. It was just going to the park.
You're a disgrace.
I don't get it. If you don't want to invest in all of this into any other women other than black women, why are you even going out with other women and entertaining other women? Nothing wrong with your preference. You can prefer black women. I'm just saying why you're going out with your non-preference.
You're a disgrace. So what are we doing? And this is what I talk about, dating with intention.
Right.
So if you kicking it with shorty, playing house, 2 months, he lying, you're smashing her, obviously. You're doing all these things because there is no man is going to just take a woman out on dates for a long period of time unless they're really deep within their religion and are practicing celibacy.
Correct.
They're going to, go above and beyond and whatever. That's just a conversation for a different day. But for you to get on here and say, just because she lacked the intellect of what goes on in the black race is the reason why you would never date anybody outside your race is the most ignorant thing I've seen today.
It is an interesting take. I wouldn't say it's the most ignorant thing because on our channel we've seen some ignorant things, but I think it's an interesting take on it that I don't think there's anything wrong with the take in a sense, but you're still dating and entertaining other races when it's such an important factor to you.
2026. Like this is worse than the Asian. This is worse than the Asian, right?
Close.
Call it how you want it, hate me, love me, but it's just not cool. You're
I
not
agree with
dating
you.
intentionally. You're smashing outside of your race, but you wouldn't ask her for her hand in marriage.
Well, the thing is, if the tensions is marriage and all these things, yeah, why are you just creating more 304s in a sense when you want a certain thing already? But I can also understand men out there just wanting to sleep around. So I don't know if this is the case or not, but it seems like this guy's kind of leading them on because he's telling them a little bit after the fact.
And to actually be productive in society and to have her as a helpmate, as such the Bible ordains. But you're out here slinging your Johnson.
Mm-hmm. You know me. I always say it. Do what you want. I don't control your money. I don't control your penis. But I always say, try not to sling it around. It isn't worth it.
Makes absolutely no sense, man. Makes absolutely no sense. He should be ashamed of himself. Let's continue.
And the looks I got from my black women, oh my God. These are black women that I know I'm not even their type, and they was just looking at me disgusted, like, you're here with this Jezebel. And she ended up liking me too, and I told her, I'm like, yo, I don't date, like, I would never get into a relationship with a woman that's not black. And like, I could tell how hurt these women were, and like how it kind of changed. Oh, someone was getting by a car. And how it kind of changed, like how they not they viewed themselves, but it's like they viewed our relationship and my care for them. And then I was like, I can't keep being a hypocrite and like, you know, dipping my toe in the pool and like, nah.
Exactly.
That's why I don't get outside my race. I gotta tell y'all this story.
Man, that's crazy. At least he's able to admit that at the end, like I just said. You can't double dip, man. You can't be out here dipping your Johnson, but then...
I mean, if you're that adamant about them understanding your culture and them being of your culture, then yeah, then stay within your culture. There's nothing wrong with it. Then why go out there ruin other people from other cultures that want to be with you, but you don't even care for them?
And telling these women that you will never take them seriously, right? And ultimately, for the women that he do tell them that if they continue to stay, then that's obviously their
Correct.
choice, their decision to do so. But, you know, I always, even with my daughter, like, yo, if a man ever tells you up front he will never take you seriously, go ahead and, why are we wasting time?
Correct.
Why are we wasting time?
Well, remember, Taylor, if that man is hot enough, Chad or Tyrone type, that might be enough. Might be enough.
You got to respect yourself and know your worth and how valuable you are.
Several times. When it comes to like interracial dating, I don't care. You can date who you want to date. I have no problem with it, right? Heart love with the heart love, right?
True.
However, my issue is this right here, right? I'm gonna do both sides of the playing field, right? I'm gonna do the man first and the woman next. Listen, don't take it personal. I'm just telling y'all what not to do if you gonna date other races. Now, people are tending to lose themselves and lose who they is once they start dating outside their race, which is normal, but don't overdo it. Now, my issue is this. I hate when a black man get with a white woman, then he forget that he fucking black. That shit piss me off. Now, let me just go deep so y'all can understand what I'm saying, right? He go from being Jermaine to being goddamn Jeff. He don't look the same. He don't act the same. He don't even talk the goddamn same. Motherfuckers starting to think he white. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. My problem with white women when they date black men, white women stay white. Don't turn black. What I mean by that is...
No, I've seen plenty of white women get with black men and they turn super ghetto. Like we cover some of these white women on the video on our channel.
A white woman would be named Sandy before she started dating a black man. Then as soon as she started dating that black man, her name Mandy G. And the G stand for gangster. Listen, that shit pisses me off every time I see it. You go for being a classic white woman to a fucking hood rat. I know y'all don't do that. Who a hood rat? I'm not talking about every black man.
This is true.
A hood rat, that ain't what I said. You got classic black women over here. You got hood black women over here. You got the ghetto black women over there. Let's not act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Back to the story. That white woman went from dressing white and simple to dressing like one of us. He went from straight hair to braids, box braids. Then I just be sitting there looking like, how? How she go from this sweet innocent person to a goddamn thug man? How this black man went from being black to think this nigga white. He think he actually white. Listen, if you gonna date outside your race, all I'm saying is that get to know each other race. Ain't nothing wrong with learning each other race. Ain't nothing wrong with adapting to each other race. But don't switch up your whole persona trying to be something that you're not.
And I'm gonna pause it right there, man.
I don't think many people are like switching their persona to being something that they're not, but they're conforming to the person that they love. Like there's compromise. I think that's the thing that he's talking about. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you guys get it. He's absolutely right. He was 100% cooking on this one. You're gonna date outside your race. It's cool. I actually encourage it. Learn the other race, learn the other culture, learn what they eat, learn the language. all of that, right? But
The food matters a lot. Remember, most cultures, food is a big deal. If you can't eat the food or, you know, at least enjoy the food, it's going to look bad on you, especially if you go visit family.
you still got to stay true to yourself, because ultimately that's what attracted you to that person, or
Correct.
that's, excuse me, what attracted that person to you, right? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I love and I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me.
And shout outs to Taylor for bringing us a wonderful video and a wonderful topic to discuss. You know, and when you think about it, interracial dating, we're in 2026 now, and people are still kind of weary of people dating outside their race, when most of this time in all of human history is when we co-mingled the most. Before, remember, Asians always just married Asian because you lived in an Asian country. You didn't go anywhere else. That's all you only saw. The only interracial that happens the most is here in the US because we're such a melting pot. This is why our country is so great. All races get to come here together, love on each other, and, you know, reproduce in a sense. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.